Friends, Greg Newmaster coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Thundercats Deluxe Lion-O Target Exclusive from Super 7. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and help me to build my channel. So this is the Deluxe Lion-O. This is a precursor to the Light Up Eyes Lion-O. They kind of just sprung this on us, and this gives us a sense of what the Light Up Eyes Lion-O is going to look like. Very minimalistic. I don't know why they called it Deluxe, because this is probably the Lion-O with the least accessories that we've ever gotten, except for the LJN version, but you don't even get the short sword of omens with this figure. So to call it a deluxe figure, I think is a little bit misleading, but maybe I would have called this the animated version, but it's exciting nonetheless because we get a new body sculpt and a new look. So I'm excited. I was excited to get this figure. I was salivating for the Light Up Eyes version, but this version's cool too, and Lion-O is my favorite Thundercat of all time. The Lord and the leader of the Thundercats, the king of the Thundercats. So any Lion-O figure that comes out, I gotta get it. So let's take a look at this, unbox this baby, and we'll compare them to other notable Lion-Os. I love the packaging. Gotta start off and say that. I mean, that's taken me back to my childhood. Just the simplistic on the card like this, very reminiscent of the LJN packaging, even like the background, there's the logo there, classic logo. Then on the back you have that awesome artwork. I was kind of annoyed that Target stuck this sticker on there, but just love this. I think I'm gonna hang just this card up in my room because that's such a wonderful image. Get this off of there. But it's on a pill, so you don't unpack the box like Super 7 has had you do with the Masters of the Universe figures and the other Thundercats figures. So I already cut the pill, and let's pull him out and get a good look at this guy. I mean, upon first look, I gotta say, I don't like the colors. The digital mock-up that they displayed was way better looking. His flesh tone is way too pale. Like it is like pale. So I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. To see it in person, you're like, he has like creamy baby skin. I'm just like, Lion-O. He should not be that creamy looking. Looks like he's never been in the sun. He's held in here by these ties, so I'm going to cut these ties real quick. And then they have them tied at the top here too. So I hope in the light up version they adjust the colors just a little bit. Just because I think he's way too pale in my opinion. But they are trying to go for that animated look, so I don't know. I do like the adjustments to the uniform. So here he is. I did not like, so for whatever reason, when Super 7 did this, they made like Lion-O had white, like a bright white colors around like the belt and the trim of his boots. And they made it on the original figure like a grayish color. So I never liked that. So I like the fact that Super 7 adjusted the colors here. And he does look very much like the animated figure. Okay, so this is weird. Like, my bicep on my Lion-O sticks out. Weird. I'm pretty sure it's on backwards. I guess they have a problem with putting the biceps on backwards. So that is not, that's not good. I can't confirm it though. It's just so weird looking that, oop, almost knocked my camera over. It's so weird looking that it just bulges out. Like, so that's not good. I do like the new cut in the torso. So we have nice articulation there. So it looks like we have a bit of a double crunch on a ball joint, but it's not too much though. I like the pale color on his armor. That's very accurate to the cartoon, so I appreciate that. What else? We got a ball joint in the neck, and that looks like a lot thinner than it has been in the past. We pop that head on there. Nice red, like a very orange red look versus like a dark red. And not a lot of detail in the hair, so it's very animated looking. The face is very nice looking as well. However, the head does look a little off. It looks kind of, I don't know how they would fix that. It just looks a little bit odd. It looks like it slopes down. So that's a little bit strange. So what else? Articulation. So the elbows go up, or the shoulders go up this high. This arm is okay on my figure, but the other arm is not. Let's see. Can I bend this elbow? Oh, that's terrible. Terrible articulation. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it was backwards. So they really just like threw this together, and it was all twisted and turned around. So how much? Okay, so we get about 90 degrees in the elbow. So that's not much of an improvement. I think it's actually a little bit worse on this figure. That's always been my biggest complaint about these Super 7 figures is they have very poor articulation. They're articulated, but they're not articulated enough. Something like the Masterverse figures or even just Marvel Legends has the best articulation, and we're not getting that here. So this is kind of disappointing. And then I'm going to have to like heat this up and fix this arm on my Lion-O because it's just weird. What about the legs? We could do a full straddle. This looks new. Underneath there's like a little bit of a peg, but I can't even move this other leg. I'm almost afraid this is gonna snap off. I'm gonna have to heat this up because I can't make it straddle outwards. The knee joint. So these are so tight that I'm pretty sure this is gonna break. So we have that much movement in the knee, not even 90 degrees, so that's a disappointment as well. There's the ankle articulation. These are so tight. They're like snapping. They're snapping joints. You can hear it like ratchet. We got pivot there. But, oof. This is, that knee's gonna like snap if I try to bend this knee. It shouldn't be this way. So that's kind of a bummer. What else do we got? We got full rotation in the wrist, and then we got the vertical hinge versus the horizontal, which is great for holding weapons such as swords and guns. These are so tight. I don't know what they did here. They just like made them ridiculously tight that I just feel like it's going to snap off. So that's kind of frustrating. You literally can't like move these knees. I don't know what they were thinking here. He is pretty good looking though. I gotta say that. So what else do we have here? I can't even get him to stand right. By the way, his underwear is a soft plastic, so you can move the legs, but I can't even bend this leg out because look at that. That's going to snap right off. You can even see it. Ugh. So that stinks. I'm going to have to try really hard to heat it up without ruining it. All right, so what else do we get? We get the Sword of Omens. Just a basic Sword of Omens with a minimal paint job. Now, the thing that's always disappointed me about Sword of Omens, which I don't think Super 7 has got, or maybe the Masters of the Universe, the OG one, slightly had, is the blade was always an ivory color on the show. It wasn't just all silver. Like the sword, the blade of the sword is always like a white ivory. And they just always keep it like a silver color. So that's something I would have liked to have seen changed. It looks like they're going to do that in the Light Up Eyes figure, but only time will tell. So let's give him a Sword of Omens. And it's pretty disappointing that they didn't give a short sword. Because you got to have the short sword. That always bummed me out as a little kid, too, with the LJN, is... you only got the long version, and a lot of times Lion-O has the short sword, and he houses it in the claw shield, and that was just a really fun thing that he could do, is that it would shrink, and that he could put it in the claw shield. There's articulation in the knees. There is no boot cut. And there's also hip rotation, but... like I said, this baby is stiff as a board, and he's very fragile. And last but not least, the thing I was most excited about is the new claw shield design. I thought it was going to be like Pumra, but alas, it is not. I thought you would just be able to slip it over the hand, like so. But you can't. Like that's how I wanted it to be, but you gotta pull the hand off. It no longer has the pin on the inside. So I want you guys to get a good look at that. There's no pin on the inside. You just slip it over his forearm like so. Which isn't bad, but once again, it has no short sword, so you cannot house the Sword of Omens in there. And then you can't even, you can't clip the claw shield to his belt. There's no way to do it or put it on the side of his leg. So you kind of have to just slip it on like so. And it is a little bit of the Pumra effect, but I don't know. Not quite as well. So, and that's what it looks like on the forearm. It looks way smaller. Here's the original Matty Collectors. This claw shield is awesome, even though it wasn't cartoon accurate. And one of the best things about it is the short sword would go, and you could house it in there. There was even a little divot. It's been a while. You see that little divot in there? And that was made so you could put the Sword of Omens in there perfectly. Now, they really screwed up when they remade this figure with Super 7, and they did a bad job housing the short sword. So I had to make my own on all of my figures. And just to compare the original head, so this looks way more animated. This looks way more detailed. His cheekbones are more defined. The eyes are way more fierce. This looks very animated. So this guy, the OG version, he's pretty awesome. Here's the Bandai version. This is the smaller Bandai version. I loved this version. The articulation was perfect. Still a little bit clunky with the joints, but man, just great posing and articulation. And you could house the short sword in the claw shield. This was such a great Lion-O, and it was such a disappointment that they didn't finish off this series. They just couldn't get it going. Here's the Super 7 version. This is my modified version. So as I was saying, I hollowed out all of my claw shields so they can just slip over the hand, and I added a magnet. So as you can see, oh, this one, I'm having trouble here, but I hollowed it out, and pretty much you can slip the claw shield over the hand. But I just, right now, it's been a while, so I need a little bit of lubrication to get that out. But anyhow, that's how they should have done it. The Pumra version was the best. And then I added a magnet, and it could go right on his hip. Just like that. You don't need this little plastic thing. Magnets aren't expensive. They could have done it easily, but they chose not to. So that's my modified Super 7 version. And then last but not least, to compare, here's the LJN version. This is a very beautiful figure. Just so reminiscent of the LJN version. Looks great. Just looks good. And there he is compared to that. So, in conclusion, man, with how tight these joints are, I don't know if I would recommend this figure. There's a lot of disappointments about it, and now it's making me wonder about the light-up version. I'm afraid I'm going to break his legs off, and I have to heat it up. You shouldn't have to do that. There isn't much variety. You don't get a short sword. You don't get accessories. Of course, we're going to get those in the light-up eyes, and I know that drives this is a $35 figure versus a $55 figure. So I don't know. I don't know if you're a Lion-O fan. Yeah, I would recommend it. But if not, save your money. God bless you all. Thank you very much.